I'm telling y'all right now, mocha eggnog latte goes crazy. Don't say I never put y'all on. But what is good, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in to another video here on miguelvpatron. If y'all are new here, welcome. If y'all are back again, I appreciate y'all so much. I make content around fashion and vintage clothing. I'm a vintage reseller myself and a YouTuber. But today's video is gonna be a chill one-on-one talk. If you clicked on this because you want to get your style up, I got you. And if you clicked on this just because you're subscribed, I even love you even more. But today we're gonna talk about you, clothes, inspiration, and how you can find your own personal style. The first thing, y'all, is I would say take inspo from the past. I'm a little bit, what would you say, biased because I'm a vintage reseller and I appreciate vintage clothes heavily, but I don't think that there's anything that's being created right now in the fashion world, in the clothing scene, that hasn't been created before. What I mean by that is like every idea, I believe, is already out there in the world. The only thing people can do now is grab onto that idea and kind of like revitalize it and add their own little spin to it, which is cool. But why not go back to the root of it all, vintage, whether it be watching old movies. I don't know if y'all are into that. I personally am not. I just like watching 90s movies. That's the furthest I'll go. I won't really watch like 50s, 60s, 70s movies, but you can see what they were wearing back then and kind of implement that into your own style and take inspiration. And if movies aren't your thing, you can look at, let's say, like your favorite musicians from the 70s, 80s. I know that's something that people are way more into than movies. And so I would say listen to your favorite artists and then search them up and see how they look back then. You can take inspiration from how they dress and how they carry themselves and apply that to you now. And I want to expand more on that fact that like there's nothing really new being created anymore. That could be my opinion, but I honestly think it's closer to fact than it is opinion, because like there's literally people in the designer world that will take and buy vintage clothes to use as inspiration to make something that looks similar to it and add their own little iteration. Big word, let me spell it. iteration. Iteration. Whew. That's a thing, whether you know it or not. Like your favorite designer takes inspiration from vintage. Like I said, the best way to find inspiration from the past, look at movies, your favorite artists, how they dress, or you can even look at like photos, screenshots from how people dressed back then. Pinterest is a good spot. A lot of people draw outfit inspirations from Pinterest. I would say the second thing is don't try to put yourself in a box, especially early on with trying to dress better and find your personal style. Like be willing to go outside the box, try different things. Don't feel like you have to be forced to kind of dress a certain way in a certain era or a certain style, whether it be like 70s or Y2K. Early on, be willing to throw on a bad outfit to find a good outfit, if that makes sense. Like be willing to kind of throw on a fit, not enjoy it, look back on it and be like, why did I put that on? And then you can cancel that out, or you can cancel the pants and keep the shirt. You'll figure out the groove of it just by trying things out, just by being outside the box. So don't conform yourself too early into a box. And the best way to do that, like I said, I'm a thrifter, I sell vintage clothes. Go thrifting. I know thrift stores are kind of getting a little bit more expensive, but it's still, I believe, the cheapest way to find clothes. Literally go to the thrift store. If you see something that's kind of unique, but you don't know if it's like you, just get it. If it's $5, it's $5. Take it, try something out with it, and you never know. You might have just found your own unique style. You might have found something that you never thought you could pull off, but since you tried it out, you figured it out. $5 is nothing to finding your own personal style. So go to the thrift store, try finding unique items, put it on, try to implement it into your style. You'll honestly be really shocked, because that's what I did to find my personal style. 2017 when I graduated, I actually graduated 2016, but as soon as it was like 2017, I was heavy into thrifting. I wasn't even really reselling yet, but literally I would have ideas of how I wanted to dress, but I wasn't willing to go to the mall, let's say, and spend that much, especially because I was broke. I was barely working and I barely had any money. So my solution was, let me go thrifting and try to see if I can achieve these same looks that I want to, but at a lower cost. And that's what I did. That was probably the biggest game changer when it comes to my personal style, is just trying things out at the thrift stores, like finding something, buying it, and trying it on, and if not, I can just redonate it or sell it. For my vintage people and people who enjoy thrifting, this is something that I've discovered about my personal style, is literally just mix and match different eras. If you enjoy 70s flares, you don't always have to just wear 70s top. You can take an item from a different era, apply it to a different era, throw it on together, and it can still look cohesive. I've worn like Y2K bootcut jeans before and thrown on a 70s shirt. Like, you can mix and match. Don't feel like you have to just always stay into one era. I know for me, like, the reason why I do that is that 2000s like flares or boot cuts sometimes are a little bit looser on my thighs than the 70s ones, and so I'm like, I'll rock this with my 70s shirt and it'll be fine. People aren't gonna grab onto the pants and be like, oh, that's not actually 70s, like, you're a fraud. One of the questions I've gotten asked a lot is, who do I find inspo from? And to be honest, y'all, no one. Like, that might sound kind of lame, I get it, but it's honestly the truth. I'll follow certain people and I'll be like, oh, I like that outfit, but it's not like I have 1 or 2 or 3 people that I'm like, I search them up and see like, oh, this is what they're wearing, okay, let me see if I can wear that. That is not what I do. I follow great other like content creators that are into fashion, and sometimes they'll throw on a fits that I'm like, huh, that's interesting, like, I could pull that off. I like how he wore this certain piece that way, I can try that out. But it's not like one specific person where I'm like, this is my grail of fashion inspo. But being dead honest, y'all, like, my biggest inspiration are the items that I find. Literally, if I find it, I'll try to play it in my head, like imagine how I'll throw it on, how it'll look, if I could pull it off. These things like literally run through my head, and I'll just be willing to take a risk at it. And since I'm a vintage reseller anyways, I could just flip it. And so to me, it's like low risk, high reward. I can either sell it for profit or I could add it to my collection and my own personal outfits. It's a win-win. Be inspired by what you find, even if it's something that's not something you're used to. Expand your creativity, because sometimes creativity is not what you see, it's what you can imagine. That's a quote right there. Oh my gosh. Let me write that down. Let me see if I can say that again. I was kind of just off the top of the head. Creativity is sometimes not just what you see, it's what you imagine. Is that what I said? Creativity, wow. No, this is better. Creativity is what you can imagine, not what you can see. Wow, that'll preach. Literally perfect example, y'all. I had to go out to my car and grab this. I literally just got this at the bins like a day ago or 2 days ago. I don't know if that's blood stain on the shoelaces and on the inside of the shoe, but the black sole like literally just stood out to me. It's like a baby blue like leather type of thing. I would never like search this up and try and buy it. This doesn't even come across my mind. But the fact that I found it, I'm like, yo, I think I could pull that off, and I actually really like that design. I could rock it. It's a little bit big on me. It's like a size 11. I'm like a size 10. You know, nothing like a double sock wouldn't fix. And now with social media literally huge, like everybody's posting fashion content. Everybody's posting get ready with me's, which is not a bad thing. Like, I respect it. I post it all the time. But yeah, I would kind of say if you're trying to discover your own personal style, and if you're not into thrifting and you don't come across new items, new unique items, I would say follow as many people on social media to draw inspiration from. Everyone is posting get ready with me. Everyone's posting how I style this, how I style that. Inspiration is literally everywhere. It's at our fingertips in social media. So Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like it's literally everywhere. So I would say social media, let social media be your best friend, but don't let your brain be fried, okay? All right, I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, while we're at it, follow me, okay? I post pretty much daily get ready with me's or other outfit stylish videos. miguelvpatron. I would mean the world, okay? And last thing, y'all, just one-on-one. Quiet down. Just me and you. Heart to heart. Do you like what you're wearing? Do you enjoy what you're wearing? Because that needs to be the #1 thing, alright? F what everybody else thinks or says or people's opinion. If you like what you're wearing, as long as it's not crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some outfits where it's like, that's, you could have covered the nipple a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, you guys get it. Just enjoy what you're wearing and be confident with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest style tip I can give anyone, is put a little pep in your step, chest up, smile, walk with a purpose, and people will just think you're confident and that you put your outfit on with a purpose that day. Like, trust me, have confidence in what you wear, enjoy what you wear. It's a game changer, I promise you. Confidence is the biggest game changer in fashion and finding your own personal style. Because if you're not confident in what you're wearing, I promise you people can smell it. It reeks of insecurity, I promise you. Just be confident, you be you, do your thing, find inspo from the past, go vintage shopping, take inspo from what you find, use social media. I promise you, if you use any of these tips like consistently for 6 months, your style will increase and you could possibly say that you have found your personal style. I promise you. I hope y'all did enjoy this. And if y'all did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It means the world. And like I said, follow me on social media, miguelvpatron. And as always, I appreciate y'all and I'll see y'all later.
The way that you walk in the room, girl, you're making it harder to function. Step on the scene, you're looking at me and my heart started jumping. And they'll never get it, cause baby, they think it's just casual loving.